team at the Bryant Family Medicine All Sports Media wants to take the time to thank our sponsors, Bryant Family Medicine and Heather Martinez Realtor. We also want to thank our support staff, Valerie Rutherford, Allison Messer, Larry Spicer, Addison Sloan, John North, Shane Shackelford, and last but not least, Keisha Ambergy. With the support of our fine sponsors, our dedicated staff, and you, the members, we are all working on one goal, the promotion of student athletes. With this team, we can't miss.
Hi, I'm Heather Martinez, active community member and your realtor. Give me a call or text 606 344 0217, or you can reach me by email heather.martinez realtor@gmail.com.
The Bryant Family Medicine All Sports Media presents Around the Region, the sports talk show. I'm your host, Mark Gregory, and if I can get this off of here, we'll get rolling. I'm your host, and there we go. The internet's lagging a little bit, and then, of course, all my partners are gone, and well, there's Ryan. I'm your host, Mark Gregory, alongside Ryan Garnett. Two Ryan Garnetts on here.
No,
Now we're gonna have echoes.
everyone's messing with my screen.
We've got two Ryan Gardens on here. Well, we're down to one Edward Hall here, and Edward's still gone. But Ryan, how's it going?
Doing pretty good. I had to go in the bedroom and get my papers that has all my questions on it.
And of course, Edward's experiencing his stage fright. Once he says I can do it, I can do it, I can do it, I can do it, I can do it. He'll come on the show pretty soon. But got a good show. I need to rephrase that. We got a great show lined out tonight, and I'm excited about this. And Ryan, I know you are too. I mean, it just how many times, we bring on good athletes, great athletes every week. I keep saying good, great athletes every week. Yeah, I'm just telling you, this is just one of these nights that the star power is off the charts. Cole McLean from Taylor County, one of the state's best baseball players. And you see that name on Edwards' most anticipated graphics, as he says. You see that all the time on his stuff as one of the top baseball players in the state. You go, AI says the same thing. Prep baseball. This guy is really good, and we'll be able to get to talk to him soon enough from Taylor County. And also, we're bringing on another guest too. Yeah, but McLean Hudson from South Ward, and I don't even know where to even start with this young female. All the stuff that she has did in her high school career and still doing in her high school career, what her team's doing. There's so much to talk about with both of these student athletes. I'm excited, Ryan. Are you excited? Are you pumped?
Oh yes, I've been ready all day.
If I wasn't 52-year-old, I'd be ready to run through a wall. I'm telling you, I'm that excited. But now I'm smart enough to walk around it. If I run through a wall, I'm going to break something. I'm not going to be able to do these shows for a while.
I
But
can see that
Ryan,
now.
ain't
I
that
can
the
see that
smart?
now, Mark.
So that is a smart thing to do, to stay away from that wall. Okay. But
Yes.
but while we got a minute, let's go ahead and give our sponsors their minute, and cannot say enough about Bryant Family Medicine. Um, it's cold this morning. I was out there weed eating. I was a little cold, so this weather here in Kentucky can't make up its mind. It's 9 degrees one day. It's snowing the next. It don't know what to do. And if you start getting under the weather a little bit, and there we got two rides again. Right, you just keep popping up everywhere. But if you start getting under the weather again, I mean, or anything allergies, no, they're definitely the people to go. Wow, uh, I'm getting confused here. Right, I'm seeing 15 different people on here, but but again, they're
I'm using my computer for all of the Gizmo stuff, and my tablet is for what I'm using.
but they're definitely the people to go see if you're feeling under the weather, and just they've treated me right for many years. And remember, the with Bryant Family Medicine, they've been with us since day one. So as all sports media's chugged, Bryant Family Medicine's been right with us, and they want to do the same thing as us. They just want to promote these to the athletes the best way they know how. But if you're feeling under the weather, go give them a shout. They'll take care of you. Yeah, yeah. And the never ending cough. We already know about that. And of course, Heather Martinez, realtor. I cannot say enough about that young lady, and what she has did, and her generosity. If you're in a market for buying or selling the house, she's definitely your hookup. And again, scan the little QR code there, take her straight to her page. So she's definitely the person to go see if you're in the market for buying or selling. And while we got another minute, let's go ahead and give a shout out to our photographers that we know if it wasn't for them, you just couldn't make these pretty little graphics. Keisha Amberger, Jonah Deaton, John Dickinson, Scott Powell, Dennis Mills, Tanner Hoskins, Vader's Memories, Chrissy Brasfield, Bob Cornett, Erica Felty Marler, Chassie Sailor, Shanda Whitehead, Scott Bunn, Sarah Lovett, Carrie Mattingly, Paul Coots, Miranda Brock, Savannah Philpott, Bella Rutherford, Alison Besser, Ryan Garnett, Edward Hall. Anybody we're missing?
Scott Warren, the Wildflower Frames Photography. I'll get that out one day correctly without mumbling it out. And then all of the ones out in Western Kentucky and up in the 14th region there, and so many more.
I mean, to give a big shout out to them. You do great work. If it wasn't for them posting their pictures, we wouldn't be able to make our graphics, or you wouldn't be able to make your graphics. And Edward's finally
And
back.
and don't forget about Shauna Mitchell from Jackson County also, that is allowing us to use her photos now. And then I don't know if you mentioned Case Caroli. And then you got Hustle Hoops Photography from Pineville. So
Nevaeh Allen.
Nevaeh Allen. I mean, I can go on for about the next 2.5 hours if you want me to.
Well, of course, we just got a little bit over an hour for the show, but yeah, I'd like to give them all the love that they deserve for sure. And if it was for them, we could put the graphics together that we do. But before we start bringing on our guests, Ryan, I think you made a graphic on it. We got to congratulate them Whitley County Colonels. All they did was just go out with the 2A state baseball championship. And I mean, what else can you say about that? And uh, just a couple of years ago, they win a state. Now they're winning 2A. They're doing things out there at Williamsburg that's not been ever done, and they got a great group of guys, and that's a lot of top quality teams there that was in the 2A, and and the one thing about baseball is, again, so you got the 1A, you got the 2A. Then at the end of the year, you got the state championships, and I'm sure that, yeah, I always wondered about, um, do you like that process, or I mean, do you think the middle of the year thing, or should they have it toward like the beginning of the year? Are you good with the timing of it at this?
I mean, I've had mixed emotions about all this 2A thing. This is a way of are we going to go to a whole class system in every sport now, or are we just going to stay the way it is?
Yeah, I mean, I'm good with it too. I mean, I just wish that they'd do it like maybe earlier in the year, but that's a big thing up there. And again, I'm not the history major. Maybe you could help me out, Ryan or Edward, but I don't think that Whitley has ever won a 2A. So again, big congratulations to them, and they keep on keeping on. But while we're on the subject of baseball, and Edward, this is a young man that you've been talking about for several years now, and it's hard not to notice what he's doing. And just when you're talking about wow factor, um, I mean, what else can I mean? Let's just go ahead and bring him on. Let's
Well,
go ahead. Go ahead, Edward, if you want.
go ahead. I want him to correct me if I'm wrong on something I'm getting ready to throw out here.
Okay, I'll let you introduce him and everything then.
So, Cole, first off, I want to thank you for taking the time to come on, for you to come on.
Yes, sir. No problem.
And I got to throw a little bit of stats out here so that way you can tell me if I'm right or wrong on this. But with the stats that's been posted, you have pitched 29 innings and only had like 2 hits so far.
Yeah, that's correct.
Wow.
And,
Go.
and if I ain't mistaken, you've had a couple. I think you had a back-to-back perfect pitch game. Is that correct?
Yes. Yeah. Last week. Yeah, that was pretty
I
crazy.
can't tell you if that's ever been done before. I mean, that's just. I mean, wow.
The wow factor is off the charts here. And Cole, again, thank you for coming on, and thank you for giving us your time. I'm sure you got better things to do on a Sunday than sit here and jabber with us. I know you got a thing called school and life, but I do really appreciate you giving us your time. I got to harp on Edward a little bit here. Edward's been blowing you up for the last couple of years, and just look at your stuff. It's amazing the stuff that you're doing. So, first off, I'm just going to ask you thoughts of your team season so far.
We started off a little rough, but we're kind of finding it, and we're finding a little groove. And I think we'll be pretty good coming into the postseason or district play, because this week starts district play. So.
And everybody that I've talked to, and I can see it right here. I can tell you're a very humble young man, and you'll put team first. But us as media, we're allowed to blow you up a little bit. So
Yeah.
we're gonna blow you up a little bit. That's okay. Something else I was reading on him too, and Cohen. And I don't know if you keep up with this as hard as we do, but I also read that you made Prep Baseball National Player of the Week twice now, and that's the first time that's ever happened.
Yeah, I was pretty shocked about that. I didn't think I was going to win it.
I mean, these are national honors, folks. These ain't just statewide or local or regional honors. These are, and that, I mean, it just, I know you're humble and you're about team first, and we already know about that. But when you're getting all this recognition from not just local, state, but nationally, I mean, how does that make you feel?
I mean, it makes me feel good, but it also applies a lot of pressure, which I kind of like pressure. I think I do better under pressure. So I think it helps me
Well,
play better.
I mean, can I use that term, proofs in the pudding? I mean, you show that. I mean, you just, and when he was reading them stats, Cole, the reason why I laughed, I play PlayStation all the time, PlayStation
Yeah.
4 or 5, and they would be the first to tell you I like to try to build my guys up to all 99s perfect. And whenever I see all these numbers that you're putting up, it just reminds me of like building one of these players all 99. I'm like, and you're a real human being, and you're putting these stats up. I could even put it on PlayStation perfect players. It's unreal. But Edward Bryant, I could talk to him all day.
Let me try to get back to your schedule here where I can see it. How when y'all first saw the schedule this summer or before school let back in, what did y'all think about the schedule?
We knew we had some hard teams in there, but from years prior, it wasn't as hard. We lost like 4 seniors, so we kind of had to bump down the schedule a little bit, but it's still a pretty solid schedule. So.
And I probably know the answer to it, but what in that fifth region, who you consider your rival school?
Like our main rival.
Yeah,
probably,
or multiple rivals.
LaRue's probably one, and then Campbellsville is probably a close second right now.
I had a feeling Campbellsville was going to beat it, but
yeah.
Mark and Edwin knows where I'm going with this. I'm not surprised he's not doing the motion that he does still. But they're in Campbellsville. What's your favorite restaurant to eat at?
Probably Fiesta Mexico in Campbellsville. It's good.
And we got a story on telling Edward here. He does not like Mexican.
Really?
But he loves Taco Bell.
Oh, okay.
He loves Taco Bell, but won't eat Mexican.
Well, since they ain't going to tell you since they ain't going to tell you the backstory to this, I am probably the most pickiest eater that you'll ever meet. I'm talking about I'm the guy that don't put cheese on his burger.
I'm pretty picky too.
And when I go to Mexican, I can't really read what's on the menu, and I'm not a fan of the deluxe part because I don't know what's coming in it. So,
I get you.
See, at least he understands the pickiness.
Yeah, I understand. All I get when I go to Mexican is just chicken and cheese.
Edward's went out and paid somebody to put this on here, but it says Edward is the most handsome guy there. Yeah, Cole wouldn't agree with that at all.
Nah, he's got it. He's got it.
And the other comment just got erased. I don't know what it might be thankful it did get erased. See, Edward go out paying everybody here and say stuff.
But Edward.
So, I got to ask you, just tell me what you did in the off season to get yourself ready for this season.
I've been in the weight room pretty much all off season. I've put on about 15 pounds, and I've gotten a lot more explosive. So that's pretty much all I've been doing is just weight room, trying to gain weight.
So is baseball your only sport, or is there other sports that you
play? Yeah, baseball is now. I used to play basketball, but I would lose too much weight. One year I lost like 10 pounds, and I couldn't do that. So I was pretty good. I was a little sharpshooter.
So Kyle, are you more comfortable? I know you talk about where you gained the weight. Are you more comfortable with the weight you got on now than the weight you had before?
Yeah, definitely more comfortable. Yeah, feel a lot more in control.
Yeah.
So
I gotta ask you. I've got to see several Taylor County games, but I gotta ask you what it's like being a student athlete out there, in the baseball fields, on the basketball court, football fields. What's it like being a athlete for Taylor County?
It's awesome. I mean, we have some of the top athletic directors probably in the state, and our facilities are top notch. I mean, it's like premium. I mean, I love it. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. So, I mean,
yeah. Ryan normally asks this question, but I think he forgot. So, do you prefer a turf field, or do you still prefer like a dirt field?
If it's a really nice dirt field, I'd prefer a dirt field. But if it's a bad dirt field, I would prefer turf.
So you don't like sliding on the rocks and all that?
No, not on the old ones. No. Yeah, I got a couple scars already.
So what's one of the biggest differences you'd say you see between the dirt versus turf?
Definitely the hops on the infield. Yeah, the bad hops.
So before I get you back over to Mark, I do got to ask you this. For all the younger student athletes that are going to watch this show and that is watching this show, what is, one thing you would say to them for them to be able to get to the level that you're playing at?
Just don't give up and keep putting it. You got to put in the work every day. You might be able to have one day off, but you can't have 2 or 3. You got to keep putting in that work. So,
Absolutely. But Mark, I know you still got a few there.
Co, we know how talented of a student athlete you are, and when you decide to make that next level, the next jump, at the next level, would you consider another sport, or are you just solely locked in on baseball right now?
solely locked in on baseball. Yeah, that's like my main goal.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I got to ask you too, and again, and thank you too. Like if I don't know if you're real familiar us as a 13th region and stuff like that. So I do want to thank you for probably stepping a little bit out of your boundary a little bit, but it's hard not to reach out with somebody that's putting in the work that you're putting in every day, and it's definitely showing on paper too. So that that's all only talent, that's heart, that's dedication, that's all the work that you're pouring in to be able to do the stuff that you're doing, and it's an honor for us to have you on the show. But what we're going to ask you now, we're going to ask you some funny stuff here, and Ryan knows what we're going to go. We try to have a little bit of kicks and giggles on this thing, and I will show you a picture first off, and then you can tell me how close it is. And then you can be brutally honest with us. I got 5 last week, and then we're going to show. We on our field of 64 teams, we got rid of all the college basketball teams. We did favorite restaurants. Texas Roadhouse won it their first year. Then we did our favorite sports movies. Remember the Titans won it last year. Now we're going favorite foods, and you might get like bacon versus toast. It's telling what and we'll show you the matchup. Then we'll ask you to pick the one you like better.
Okay.
And then at the end of the show, I think Edward will have a couple things he'll want to show you. But first off, Ryan, if you could pull the graphic, how close is it?
It's pretty close. You get the glasses, the hair, even got the little armband down there, little wristband. I'd say it's pretty accurate. I give it a 9 probably.
Oh, 9.
Better than last week, Mark.
Oh yeah, the power of AI. It's I don't even want to go into that discussion. That the AI is just I don't.
Yeah,
Never
that's
mind.
crazy.
Yeah. But Ryan, you know where we're going next.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the pull up here.
I can't pronounce it. I won't say Getty if that's okay. Getty versus hamburger.
Probably hamburger. Got some more. Yeah, more protein.
So why are you doing your hamburgers? You don't go cheese, right? Or do you do cheese?
No, just burger and ketchup. That's it, and a bun. Yeah.
that sort of sounds like Edward right there. So no less tomato,
nothing too much.
See, I knew me and Cole get along just fine right there.
Yeah, you can't throw the back. Steak versus lasagna.
Steak for sure. Yeah, it's an easy one.
That's how they're more and more like Edward on every pick. Edward just sitting there shaking his head. Yeah. Tacos versus hash browns.
Tacos.
Edward's still shaking his head up and down. Bacon versus biscuit and gravy.
So let's see a good one right here. I'll probably go bacon because I eat that way more than biscuits and gravy.
And Edward is jumping up and down, folks.
all of my picks right there. See.
But Cole, before we let Edward show you his stuff, we had this discussion 2 weeks ago. Maybe you could educate them. You know, when you think about baseball, you go to a baseball game, you grab a hot dog, nachos, stuff like that. They said that they would at a baseball game would much rather eat a hash brown than a hot dog.
Who said that?
Me,
So you wouldn't do a
I
hash
don't.
brown at a baseball game if they sold it?
No, I don't think I've ever been to a game where a hash brown's been sold.
Thank
I
you,
haven't either,
Cole.
but
Cole is trying to educate you about what you to get at a baseball game. You don't say, "I'll
Yeah,
take a couple of hash browns."
yeah, you got to get a hot
well,
dog or some nachos.
technically I go get the sunflower seeds, but I'm just saying if they had a hash brown, I'd probably have to be one that tried it. I mean,
Yeah, I mean you got to
might
try it.
start a new
Yeah.
start a new trend. You never know.
They would have a hash brown for $2, and then for $3 for the hash brown with cheese sauce, and for $4 hash brown cheese sauce with a little chili on top,
Well,
like how they
see,
do the
now
hot dog.
you're giving everybody ideals now. Starting Monday, there'll be hash browns and concessions.
Do you want a plain hash brown? Do you want chili cheese on it?
All right. So we do tend to make a couple graphics for each student athlete that's on our show, and this is our way of saying thank you for taking your time. So I might ask you for one slight favor, though. Out of the two that we've made, tell me
Yeah.
which one of the two you like the most.
I don't know. That one's pretty good. They're both really good. I probably like that one. I want the lightning. Yeah.
Well, now Mark's finally jumping up now.
Yeah.
Monte got
Oh
bigger.
yeah. Oh yeah.
You going to show him your lightning strike so he can see if it looks like
Well,
lightning?
Cole would probably not think it's lightning, but does that look like lightning? You know, when I do like that. No,
No.
he's probably not.
I always tell him that's just too much coffee
Well, it is probably too much coffee.
because he drinks like 7 pots a day. So I mean, I think he goes overboard just a little bit.
Cole, are you a coffee drinker?
No. I don't think I've ever had a coffee before.
Mm.
Yeah. Nope.
I see, Mark and Edward, I'm not the only one that don't drink coffee.
Well, I mean, I drink coffee just, I don't know, on occasions. Not like every day like Mark. In his
But,
baby Yoda cup.
But Ryan or Edward, do you have anything else for them, or before we let them go? Or
Okay, I just want to say best of luck to you and your team the rest of the school year, or the rest of the season, I should say. And we hope to see you at the state tournament.
Thank you. I hope to be there too. Hopefully we make it back.
And we'll get these graphics sent over to you. And like I said, they'll be posted on all of our social media sites. And I personally want to thank you for taking the time to come on. And from everything that I've seen, everything that I've watched, you're killing it. Your team's killing it, and just keep doing what you're doing.
Yes, sir. Thank you for inviting me on.
Cole, again, just piggyback it off them. Just thank you for coming on. And you're a super student athlete, but I can tell you're a really good guy too. And everybody we've talked to said he's got a good head on his shoulders. I can see that. And the path that you're going right now, you just stay on course, and everything's gonna fall into place. You're putting the work into it, and it's showing now. So again, thank you for giving us your time, and just remember, whenever you do get to the next level, and you got some free tickets to give out, remember us
Yeah.
old guys here. We'll come up there and cheer you
Yeah, I
on.
remember.
But again, thank you for coming on, and also thank you for coming on here and having some laughs with us. And I know personally you've got enough real life situations between school and sport and other things, and just coming on there having some laughs. So hopefully, we've helped made your day a little bit. So you've helped made ours. So we've had some good laughs. That's all that matters at the end of the day. But again, thank you for coming on, and just keep on keeping on. You got three fans right here.
Thank you. All right.
That's wow. You know the numbers that this young man's putting up. You know, and Ryan, I mean, Edward first off knows that when I play the PlayStation, all my guys are 99s. And they're like 7 foot tall, 410 pounds. And I still can't win. But, all my guys are like all 99. That's like Cole. I mean, let's be honest. He's like 99 everywhere. He's got, and just, wow, just, and a really, really good
Let
personality.
let
You can
me
see that.
let me throw you out some more stats. This is last season. This is when I really started following him. He pitched, I believe it was 67.1 innings and only had 27 total hits the entire season. Ended with like a .72, .76 ERA last year.
That's amazing.
And
That's
and Mark, you've been talking, and I googled it while we was sitting here. This is going back to last school year. They was 4.72 million boys that plays high school sports in the U.S. And this co won National Player of the Year out of all them boys. That amazes me.
that's crazy. That's crazy. And uh, this young man's got a good head on his shoulders. He's going to keep walking. If he keeps doing what he's doing, we always use that term, "sky's the limit." Sky is. I mean, where's this guy going to wind up with the maybe Cincinnati Reds? I mean, my Reds need. Well, my Reds are
Hey,
doing pretty good though this year.
they got a sweep.
I think maybe the quickest start in so many years now. Sole position, first place. So yeah, yeah. You put Cole on that team, and yeah, boost a little bit there, and yeah, who knows? Maybe the Reds will beat the $32 trillion Los Angeles Dodgers this year. I don't know. You know, well, Ryan, I'm like you. I don't see it happening, but we'll see. Uh, well, while we're waiting for our next guest and we're on baseball talk, and that's a good baseball region down there too, and with Taylor County and all them schools. And I want to harp back a little bit more on Whitley because they deserve their time too. And what they're doing down there has just not been done. And what Coach Shope is doing is just it's unbelievable. I mean, for this southern end of Kentucky, and just he is just building a machine in Williamsburg. Just a machine, and they're even like I think they're number three in the state right now, behind Trinity and maybe Saint X.
I
We're
saw it.
talking.
I saw it, but I cannot remember it.
We're talking. Did you get the discussion? County schools against private schools, and what Whitley's doing is just unheard of. And hats off to them. And wow, congratulations, and again, what Coach Hope is doing. Great group of guys. I've met about every one of them down there, and uh, and trust me, they're just not going to be satisfied with just that 2A championship. They're going to want to be there. They're going to want to be that last team standing. But there's a lot of good teams in the state. But shifting courses, and we're waiting for our next guest to come on, and we'll get back on baseball here in a minute. But let's shift courses to the other sport of softball. And I think Edward's trying to get all that lined out here and to get her on. But our next guest, when you're talking wow factor, this is just another just what she is doing is just incredible. And you know, I mean, what else can you say about our next guest, Ryan? Uh, what can you say about what had this young lady did?
I mean, because I've got the team stats up right now. I mean, she leads the team with 17 home runs, uh, 44 RBIs, and she leads the team in uh, a batting average in a 784 batting average. I mean,
seven
that
eighty
is it. That is amazing when you
seven
consider.
784, and I 784. That is what 3 quarters. I mean, to every 4 times you're at bat, you're getting a hit at least 3 times. And with that 784, you're probably a little bit over 3 quarters.
That's
So
over three. That's over 3/4 of the time.
yeah, that's just amazing. And I know we got probably Edward working on that guest right now. But while we're working on her, trying to get her on, I went and watched a little tennis. I'm not gonna say cover it because my camera let me down. And tennis is it's a great sport to follow, and I had fun doing it. And really really good athletes. I went and watched Whitley play Middlesboro to meet, and there wasn't no lights at Middlesboro, so they had to quit playing around dark time. So I guess all the players got to play, and but I learned a few things, and it's always good to learn about a sport that you're not as familiar. I know the scoring system with tennis really really good, and and I know but there's more to tennis than just hitting the ball. There's a lot of work, a lot of mental work with it also. I mean, I'm sure you just can't keep hitting the ball as hard as you can, just overpowering a player. And when we're talking tennis, Ryan, that's your up your neck of the woods. So tell us a little bit about tennis and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of different than what you would consider like, for example, like basketball. If a ball touches the line, it's out. If it touches the line on a tennis court, it is in. And that's something that if you're not following it very well, if it hits the line, you always assume that it's out. That's not always the truth. So I could go on for days about it because that's the sport that I played in high school, so I'm very used to the sport.
Yeah, and and that's one thing that we pledged to do last year is try to reach out and cover some of the sports that don't get as much coverage as the football, basketball, baseballs, and when you go to these events, you're like, wow, wow, these are the track and field events, tennis events, the swim events, the wrestling events. The wrestling's picking up a lot of steam, and eventually you're not going to be saying, well, they don't get the media coverage because it's coming. It's definitely coming in wrestling. You can just but yeah, it was wrestling's picked up a lot of steam, and talking about picking up a lot of steam, I think we see her in the our so-called green room back there. That's what StreamYard makes us call it for some odd reason, the green room, but don't really make no
or
sense. But
or backstage.
or yeah, backstage sounds probably better than that. But let's go ahead and bring her on, and I can see her here. McLean Hudson for South Florida. Hopefully we get her on here.
I think
Uh,
I'm on, maybe.
yeah, you're on. Thank you for coming on, and thank you for giving us your time.
Yes, thanks for having me.
And I hope I didn't drop the ball a little bit because I just got a message saying, like, is it Eastern or is it like Central Time, like
Yeah.
Eastern?
Yeah,
Oh
there's a little
my,
bit of a mix up, but we're good now.
that was my fault. I'm just so used to everybody. I guess I think everybody lives in southeastern Kentucky, but
Yeah.
they are like other areas somewhere else.
Mhm.
But that's my fault. I'm sorry about that.
No, you're good.
Way to go, Mark. Way to go.
Well, we're gonna blame that on Ryan. Or blame it on somebody. But McLean, just tell us a little bit about this. I'm looking at that schedule here, but tell us a little bit about this season.
I mean, we've had a great season so far. We've gotten to play a lot of good teams and two nationally ranked teams as well. So, I don't think we shy away from competition at all. We try to play the hardest schedule we can, and, we're reaping what we've sown so far. So it's been really fun.
And when you talked about nationally ranked teams, and educate me if I'm wrong, but one of them might have been the number one ranked team in the country that you took out.
Yeah, on our spring break, we travel to Alabama, and then the next weekend we go to Pensacola, Florida. And we played Pace on Tuesday of that spring break, and they were ranked 16th. And then that Thursday, we took on Orange Beach, and they were number one at the time. So it's definitely some hefty competition.
Just and McLean, I'm not calling you old. I know you're really really young and your whole life. But I'm gonna say, can I say you've been there and done it?
Yeah.
Is that safe to say you've been there and done it? You've traveled a little bit. Uh, when you beat the number one team in the country, I mean, what's the feeling? When you got the last out.
I mean, it was definitely a great feeling to get that last out because going into that inning, I think we were up 6-1. So we were ready for them to put up a little bit of a fight, and we ended up getting those three outs relatively with, I think they may have gotten two runners on, but I mean, it was a great feeling. It was one of the biggest wins I've ever been a part of at South Warren. It was just such a great moment for the program, too, to put a Kentucky team on a national stage like that.
Okay, I'm gonna give you a baseball term. I'm gonna throw you a curveball. Okay,
Okay.
so um, you had and hopefully I'm right about this, but you had a pretty special night last night too, didn't you?
Last night?
Yeah.
Oh, prom. Yeah.
So, so the prom. I mean, is that still a back in my day, and I'm a little bit older than you, McLean, just a little bit, but back in my day, the parents and everything went all out with the tuxedos, the dresses, the limos, the fancy eat. I'm hearing actually from some other sources now these students like drive themselves. Are they the truth with that now?
Yeah, I think there's a combination of both. You'll see the party buses and, the super formal things, but I think it's maybe relaxing a little bit, getting a little less formal, but you see both.
So may I ask you, is this too personal? Did you do the limo and all that stuff? Did you do the all out
I
thing?
I drove with some friends, so I wasn't in a limo.
Well, just for the record, I've never been in a limo in my life, so I can just imagine like in one of them, how it would feel. But I saw that I had to bring that up. I hope that didn't embarrass you or anything.
No, you're
I,
good.
I actually went to one prom, my all through my school years, and I'm not much of a dancer. And once I got up there and danced about two songs, the girl she didn't want to dance with me no more. So it was actually miserable. But that being said, hopefully you had a better time than I did. But that being said, Ryan or Edward, I've got probably about 1,503 things I ask her probably.
Okay.
Uh, take a look at your schedule, Dale. Playing all these tough teams, how does it prepare you all for like your district teams and the regional tournament, and then maybe the state tournament?
Um, a tough schedule just puts you in a tough position. So you may be down a few runs, you may have pressure innings, and that's what the postseason is going to bring. You never know what's going to happen in a district game or a region game or what position you may be in. So being able to put ourselves in these pressure situations, it just gives us experience for when it happens in the postseason.
And then out there in that fourth region, who would you like consider to be like your rival or rivals in that region?
I would definitely say we have a district and a region rival with Greenwood, and then, we've played Barron County in a region championship. So, the fourth region has some really tough teams, super scrappy. So, I can name a few more, but I would probably have to go with Greenwood as being our little crosstown rival.
And then Mark and Edward Hill knows where I'm going. He's doing the food thing or whatever. They're in Bowling Green or Warren County. What's your favorite place to eat at?
My favorite place. Well, actually, this is not like technically in Bowling Green, but they just put in a new Mexican restaurant right by the high school called El Capulan. And I'm there maybe once or twice a week just because it's so convenient right by the school. But I'd have to say El Capulan.
And I'm
Well,
glad you brought up Mexican. I'm gonna go and say it, Mark. Edward Hill does not eat Mexican, but he loves Taco Bell.
There you go.
well, see, they failed to tell you the part that I'm a very picky eater. I'm the guy that don't put cheese on his hamburger.
Yeah.
And two, I can't really read what's on the menu. And I'm not a fan of saying deluxe or delete the deluxe because it's untelling what might be in the deluxe. But
But
on
Mark,
a side note,
or Edward, I mean,
you know, looking at your stats right at the moment, because see, that's why I'm a big stat guy because that's about all I can do anymore. If I got out there and tried to hit the baseball or softball like you do, I'd get struck out because I can't even see it half the time. But you're batting at a .784. So basically, every time you're getting up, you're just knocking the ball around.
We was
Yeah,
talking about that.
basically.
We, we
Um,
was
I
talking.
Yeah, I just like statistics wise, it's been a great season so far. I think I worked a lot on the mental game and not getting too high or too low. Like if I'm 3 for 3 with 3 home runs, I try to be the same as if I'm 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. So you won't see me be too high or too low. So just working on the mental game of like understanding that softball is a failure sport, even if the stats are disproving that right now, but just knowing that, failure is inevitable and just like taking it head on.
Dang, that's some good advice right there, just for all the younger athletes that's going to watch this. But Mark, I know you had something you was going to say there.
We was talking about that. That's like Lily, like every four at bats that she comes up, she at least gets 3 hits. That is unreal, folks. That is unreal. I play Major League Baseball PlayStation every day, and I'm not that good yet. And and all my guys are like all 99s, and I still can't get a hit every time I'm up there. But that's unreal. And talking about some more stats, uh, this was like I believe halfway through your season, your senior season this year, halfway through your senior as for your career stat. Hopefully, I'm right with this, and hopefully I can read this. But you was hitting at 395. This is for your career. 76 home runs, 257 RBIs, and a 606 average.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Speaking of stats, this is just this season alone, Mark. 17 home runs with the stats has been posted and 44 RBIs on the season.
Yeah, in Pensacola, actually, I was really fortunate to break the KHSAA home run record for a career. So I got my 76th home run in Florida, which broke that record, and then I just hit 80 career home runs last week. So it's been really fun.
When you
You still
broke the
got a whole lot
record,
of softball season left to go. So I mean, you're going.
yeah,
It's still counting. So
Yeah.
she's not only breaking this record, she's like putting it away for about anybody to reach it. But when you broke the home run ball record, did uh, I got a good guess if I'm guessing who's got that ball now.
I have it. I have the home run ball. Um,
I thought maybe you might give it to a parent or something.
yeah, yeah. I when I was younger, I think like when softball players are younger, like taking a picture with the ball is super big. But I think like just this year with South Warren, we've kind of just not really kept the balls. But as soon as I hit that, I saw my parents going to get it, and I was like, yeah, I probably need to keep that one.
so you know, I gotta ask you because there's going to be a lot of younger student athletes that's going to watch this show, and some might be watching it now. What is something that you would say to them, some type of advice for them to be able to play at the level you're playing at?
I think I would have to say just you gotta like love the game. Like your parents really shouldn't be the ones telling you to go hit. Like you have to want it for yourself. So it's hard enough as it is. The sport is super hard. So putting in the work, preparing yourself is probably the biggest thing you can do to put yourself in a good position to be successful.
Absolutely.
Uh,
Well
I
said.
mean, that's. I mean, that's. I don't even think you could have rehearsed that any better. But I got to go a little bit on the schedule here. I'm seeing a lot of like out of state teams. Teams that you normally wouldn't. That a lot of teams wouldn't play on an everyday basis like you all are. So seeing that different style of like softball and competition, how do you think that has not only bettered you but your team?
I mean, I think just being South Central Kentucky, we're super fortunate with our location that we can go an hour into Tennessee and play a top Tennessee team. So we have that flexibility as well outside of just playing Kentucky teams. But, I think it's prepared us a lot because sometimes, like, just for example, like Florida, their strike zone is a lot tighter than a Kentucky high school strike zone. So we may run into that in postseason, but we're ready since we've played 4 games in Florida. So it's not even just the competition level. Sometimes the styles of play are really different. Like in Alabama, they can play as many games as they want. I don't fact check me, but it's more on events. So you'll see a lot more pitching just because they play so many more games. So just adjusting to the pitching in Alabama was big. So yeah, there's just different stuff, things, components outside of just the games that are gonna prepare us for the postseason.
So I'm glad you said pitching because I've covered a lot of games, seen a lot of pitchers, and I have to give everybody we ever talk to that is a batter all the props under the sun because I can't see the ball coming nowhere from where I'm at until I hear it ding off the bat. So can you stay focused from point A to point B to be able to do what you do?
Um, I just like I said kind of earlier, practice and then my teammate, like my own pitchers on my team, like every time we hit live, like sometimes the team is like, I don't want to hit live because I know I'm gonna leave here frustrated just because our pitching is so good. We have Courtney Norwood, she's going to UK, and then Layla Ogden, she's going to WKU, and they're sub 1 ERA. So, they're our tag team and they help us a lot because if we face them, then we're basically going to be ready for whatever comes at us. So, I definitely just practicing for sure.
I mean, yeah, I still got to give you props. I would be the guy getting struck out every time I step up to the plate unless I step in and got hit by the softball. And I hear some of them hitting the gloves, so I don't know if I want to get hit by some of them. but Mark,
Um, the people I've talked to, and even at these state championships too, and they always speak about you being a humble lady. I know you're humble and you're all about team first, but us as media, we can blow you up a little bit. We're allowed to blow you up a little bit. And Ryan, go ahead and post this graph up because this is very intriguing to me. Uh, right here, all world team. Not all Kentucky, not all region, not all district, not all national, all world team. I see a very familiar name on there at shortstop. Uh,
Mhm.
just, just, just tell us the experience with that. I mean, just that is that's a I don't know. I'll let you tell us about that.
Yeah, so I mean, probably but one of the biggest honors I've ever had was playing for the U18 junior national team. So I played with them last year and then I got to play with, or 2 years ago, and then I played with them last year in October. So one was a qualifier, and then in Oklahoma City, the graphic you just showed for that tournament was the World Cup. So it was an amazing experience. We played Japan and Canada and China and Taipei, and it was an amazing. I mean, it was like an honor to wear those three letters across my chest, and earning the all world honor, like that was a different level of recognition that I didn't even know I could achieve, but it was so fun to play against international competition.
I I'm a chronic crier. I'll cry watching a sad movie. I mean, how when you're getting all them honors in a competition like that, how is it hard? Is it hard for you to just keep your composure and just not break down, knowing that all your hard work and dedication has put you at this spot?
Yeah, I'm not much of a crier, but I will say, like, there will be times when I achieve something, or really, to be honest, it's really like when my team achieves something because, like, I see, like, the hard work that we've all put in. And, it being my senior season, I definitely feel like I've been a little more emotional about things just because it's coming to an end inevitably, but. Yeah, I'm not much of a crier, but there will be times when I'll look at things and be a little emotional.
Well, I'll give you one word of advice. I know you're much smarter than I was while I graduate. When you graduate, your little hat, throw it straight up in the air. Don't throw it like a frisbee in the stands because you might hit somebody in the face and they might get mad. Just,
Okay.
just, just saying. It happened to somebody I know. Now I gotta ask you some fun stuff, and then we'll let you go if that's okay. I'm a bus driver, so I see all these road trips that you take, and I don't know if you do charter bus. I'm sure maybe on the Florida trips you might have did a charter bus, but like our schools, we just put them on school buses, drive down to Florida. But I don't know how it works for you. But on some of these road trips and stuff, I'm sure they are some you get on the school bus on. So what's your thing when you're taking a long road trip on a school bus? You take your pillow and cover, and you just listen to your music, or what you do?
Yeah, I need my AirPods, but my best friend Layla, or my best friend teammate Layla Ogden, she gets car sick and she makes me like not listen to music because she can't look at her phone without getting sick. So I'm either talking to her, number one, or I'm braiding hair. Like I'm the team braider, so like I'll have a line of people for hair braiding. I'm standing up on the bus. The bus driver's like, we need to sit down. We need to sit down. But I'm working on that here the whole bus ride. But yeah, we've had our fair share of bus rides this year. We think we've only had like 4 home games all year, and 2 of them were last week. So we've been on the cheese, the big cheese, of the bus. So
So, but I bet the bus driver is really friendly when she's telling you like to sit down. Bet they're
yeah.
really like me. I'd be like sit down. Yeah, no. I'm not that bad, but now like a lot of the teams I hauled, they like bring their speakers and stuff with them. Do you do that?
Yeah, we bring a speaker sometimes for like like for postseason games, we usually have brought one. But we are mostly just like an AirPod team, or yeah, we're just listening to our own music.
Okay. Now I'm going to show you something, and then and you can be brutally honest. I've had a 5 last week, and I got a 9 on the previous guest before you. Just to be brutally honest. How close is it? And then I know you're probably not real familiar for a show, but I know you did the NCAA tournament stuff to field the 64 NCAA teams. We got rid of all the college basketball teams. And we decided to go favorite restaurant. Our first national champion was Texas Roadhouse. Then we decided sports movies, and remember the Titans won. So now this year we're doing favorite foods. So you might get a matchup like bacon versus toast or something like that. Just tell us which one that you like better, if it's okay, if you have time to vote on it
Okay.
for us. And
Okay.
then I think Edward has got some things that he's made up for you. And all of our stuff is free and shareable for your family, your friends, or whatever. You can use it at any time. But
Okay.
I want to show you my deal first and tell me how close I am.
Wait, what am I doing here?
How
Like rate
realistic is
it
that?
1 to 10. I tell him all the time it's like a 4, but nobody ever listens to me.
Yeah, I have to say like maybe a 2 on that.
Well, at least she's brutally honest. She gave me a 2. So where did I miss out on there? What should I did better on that?
I mean, I feel like my generation is like pretty good at spotting AI. Like I'm like on it. Like if I see like my or like parents looking at a reel, like look at this, this looks real. I'm like, nope, that's AI.
Well, I got busted. Oh well, I got 2, but two's better than none. She could have said 0,
True.
But right, I guess we'll get started. I can't hardly pronounce it. I'm just gonna say sketty against hamburger.
Spaghetti.
So what kind of ragu do you like? Do you like the meat sauce, the marinara,
Yeah, I like marinara sauce, some meatballs,
steak versus lasagna?
steak.
So how do you eat your steak?
I'm either medium or medium well.
Okay.
Yep.
That's why I eat mine.
This is a
Tacos
tough
versus
one. I have to go tacos. It's a little broader.
hey, before we go to our next, and McLean, I got to tell you something here. We had this discussion a couple of weeks ago. Maybe you'll agree with me, or you might agree with them. Like when you think of baseball and softball, you think of concession stands, hot dogs.
hmm
They said that hash browns should replace hot dogs at a baseball game.
Well, now we never said the word replace. We said they should
Would we buy 'em?
offer. We would buy them if they offered them.
Okay.
There.
Yeah. So which one would you rather have at a baseball or softball game, a hash brown or a hot dog?
I would probably rather have a hash brown. I don't really like hot dogs.
Everyone's gonna blow up. Everything's went his way tonight. So you think they should do the hash browns like they do the hot dogs, like $2 for a hash brown and $3 for a hash brown and cheese and $4 for chili and cheese and hash brown or something like that?
Yeah, you can get the add-ons for a few extra dollars.
The hash brown combo. Right? Do we have any more? Okay,
This last
bacon
one.
versus biscuit and gravy.
I think I'm gonna have to go biscuits and gravy.
That shot Edward down. He's a religious bacon eater there. So.
Hey, listen, you can't go wrong with all you can eat bacon.
Well, biscuits and gravy is really, really good.
Hmm.
So we tend to we tend to put together a couple graphics for each student athlete that comes on our show, and this is our way of saying thank you for taking your time. And which I will get these sent over to you, and they will also be posted on all of our social media sites.
I think she still sees here's, I believe.
Uh,
Oh, McLean has left the building.
uh, she might be on a phone call.
She's no, she's
Well,
back. I get her back on stage here.
Sorry, I think I may have cut or something cut out. I'm sorry.
But
Trust me, if you live, you live in like a more flatter area than we do. If you like over here in the hills, I mean, we're lucky to even have internet half the time. So
but I will get these sent over to you, and they will be posted on every one of our social media sites. But I gotta ask you for one slight favor.
Okay.
Out of the two I'm going to show you, tell me which one of the two you like the most.
Okay. Okay. I like the second one.
And now, see, Mark ain't going to be able to fit out his door for the next week
2-0, 2-0.
because you and
Right.
Cole both agreed on the second
he usually goes to the lightning strike thing, but he ain't did it.
Well, she probably wouldn't think that looks like lightning either. Does that don't look like lightning, does it? No,
I
she
think it
said no.
looks like too much coffee.
Well, it is probably too much coffee. Well, I also got coffee and I got these little things too, which are actually pretty good, like little Twix bites. Still, they're actually pretty good.
But, but I do personally want to thank you for taking your time to come on, and from everything that I've got to see and every bit of your stats I've looked up, your team stats, you're killing it. Your team's killing it. You've only got, well, I'm gonna say there's still a couple more steps to make, but you know you're right on track to be able to get your ultimate end goal, and just keep doing what y'all are doing.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been fun.
I'm just going to piggyback what Edward said as well. Best luck to you and your team the rest of the regular season and into the postseason.
Thank you.
We've covered state baseball and softball for I can't tell you how many straight years now. Lord willing, we'll be right back up there again, and I'm sure we'll be covering yuns and watching yuns, and hopefully we'll be able to get to see you up there and get a couple interviews and all that stuff too. And I know what your team's ultimate end goal is. So good luck with that. And at the pace you're going, I know you still got a whole season ahead of you, but just keep working and everything will come into place. But I want to personally thank you for coming on here. I'm sure you got out of your element a little bit. You probably didn't know much about us, and I just thank you for giving us your time. And I know you got better things to do on a Sunday night and jabber three guys, but you also get it too. Come in here and you've had some laughs with us, and at the end of the day, laughter is the best mess. And you go through enough real world situations through the week. You didn't want three old guys to break this game down for us. And maybe if we made your day a little bit, it's made our day. And anytime, I mean, I would say anything we could do to help better promote you, but we know you're on track with everything you need to do. But feel free if you get another milestone or anything like that, send us something. We'll gladly make you a graph or anything like that, brag on you on our pages and anything like that. You've been a great interview and a great sport, and I just wish you personally the best of luck and wish your team the best of luck.
Thank you. I mean, anytime I can talk some softball, I'm all in. So I love it. So I'm glad y'all are promoting both Kentucky softball and baseball, and I think it's an area that definitely can get more media. So thank you guys.
Yeah, you're definitely right. I was at the state baseball championship game last year. I know what kind of media coverage is there. But you're definitely right about that. But thank you again. Thank you for your time, and hopefully we get you on really, really soon.
Yes, thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
But next time, maybe he'll remember that your time zone's a little different.
Yeah, that was my fault.
Bowling Green is
Sorry.
central. Bowling Green is central time zone, Mark.
McLean, if you're still listening, sorry. Sorry. We'll blame that on Ryan. But wow. What this young lady's been doing, you just don't hear about that. Okay. What Cole has been doing, you don't hear about that either. These two athletes are, they're not only getting region, district recognition, statewide, they're getting national. And in McLean's case, she's getting worldwide. Hey, just goodness. The work that both them athletes are putting in is unreal. And Ryan Edward, I know how I was at that age, and they're light years above me. Light years above me. And the only thing they have to do is just stay the course.
I don't know if maybe when I played tennis, if I would want to do something like this when I was in high school.
And Hunter, I agree with you. It was a great show. It was a really good show. And Hunter, I think McLean was probably over there in your area a little bit over there. So I'm sure you know all about her. But that being said, right, I guess it's airboat time.
Yes, it is. Let me try to get them pulled up here.
Hamburger. Hamburger. You throw me some lettuce, tomato, mayonnaise, and an onion, I'll go hamburger. And Hunter says, yes, sir.
I'm gonna go hamburger too.
Yeah, this one was a hard decision, but I can do a whole lot of stuff with a hamburger than I can spaghetti.
Yeah, you're very limited on spaghetti. I go with lasagna. I like a good
Steak.
lasagna.
I'm going with steak. I mean, give me some A1 with it, and I'm perfectly good.
Tacos, hash browns, good night.
This is a
Good night,
very
hash
tough
browns.
decision. This is a
Good night,
tough
hash
decision,
browns.
but I gotta go tacos too.
I hate to dish the hash brown for breakfast, but I'm gonna have to, just because you put meat, cheese, all the other stuff on it, but I don't put all the other stuff on it. But I'm just gonna go with tacos.
Good night, hash browns. Shana na na. Shana na na. Hey, hey, hey. Biscuits and gravy all the way.
Bacon all day and 3 times on Sunday.
This was a very hard decision because one, I love both of these so much, but I'm gonna, because I had it this morning, I'm gonna go with biscuits and gravy.
So, Ryan, is it time for the drum roll ever?
Well, I don't know if I don't normally hear it through my headphones, so I guess I'll go ahead, and if I hear it, then I'll just go ahead and stop. First one, hamburger won 8-1. Biscuits and gravy won 5-2.
Yeah.
Tacos won 6-2.
Yeah.
And steak won 6-1.
Ooh. How can steak beat lasagna 6-1? Come on. Don't nobody know how to make a good lasagna. I bet you Hunter can make a mean lasagna. I bet he's still listening too. I bet you the people over there in Western Kentucky can make a mean lasagna. Breadsticks. They'd be like, steak what? Steak what? Come on, I make a mean lasagna. With all the cheese and stuff on it. You like cut into it, the cheese is oozing off of it.
So I got the matchups for this we will hit our Final Four next week.
Oh, Hunter, I think's replied to us here. He said, "Yes, sir. I told you I knew Hunter could make a mean lasagna.
But anyway, our matchups for next
Lasagna
week.
got robbed." Okay, right. I'm done.
The first Final Four matchup is steak versus tacos, and then
Uh-oh.
the second one is biscuits and gravy versus hamburger.
Edward ain't gonna vote on one, and then the other one, I know what way he's gonna vote. He ain't gonna get biscuit gravy, no love. The other one, he ain't voting. He just gonna plead the fifth. You cannot make Edward decide between a steak and a taco. See, look at him. He's already like, how am I gonna get out of this vote? How am I gonna get out of this vote? Watch when you
Hopefully, my
ask him.
vote don't matter.
When it comes time for him to vote, he'll lose internet connection. So I can't vote against either. Great show, guys. Great show. Great show. We knew that coming in. So, Ryan, go ahead and tell us what your future holds, and Edward, then you, and then we'll finish this up.
Well, I really don't know yet. Depends on because my school has prom next Saturday, this Saturday coming. So I don't know if I have to be there to clean up after it or not. So that all depends. And if I do, I'll just wait until later on in the week to figure out where I'm gonna go to. And then my quote is somebody different tonight. It says, "Dream as big as you can dream, and anything is possible." Michael Phelps.
So I'm gonna leave you with this, and hopefully I pronounced the last name correctly. But it ain't over till it's over. Yogi Berra.
Yogi Bear. Yeah, Yogi Bear. It ain't over till it's over. That's Yogi Bear. Baseball player. I'm old enough to remember that.
I'm pretty sure it ain't Bear, but close enough.
I think it is Yogi Bear. I might be wrong. Maybe somebody
It might have
correct
been
me.
what everybody called him, but if that's how you spell bear, then I've been spelling bear incorrectly my whole life.
But a great show, two great guests, and Colin McLean. They both stepped out of their element a little bit, and folks, this stuff ain't easy. Yeah, and I get nervous before every show, and these two athletes just come on here like nothing. I'd be sweating it out, but both of them did really, really well. Both of them got very, very bright futures, and more likely we're going to see them again on down the road at a very big tournament. But that being said, my words of inspiration tonight is I will not vote on steak versus tacos. E. Hall. I don't know. I just read that comment right there. Uh-oh. Hunter's got a lot here. Edward, you want to read that, or Ryan, or who?
Hunter Jennings said, "Miss Hudson is the best high school hitter I see in high school, and I watch Kaylee Towle, Mally Payton, and Emma Blaine and Bailey Vick in high school, and many more in Western Kentucky, and she's the best all-around softball player and even a better person off the field, and she does have a bright future ahead of her."
And Hunter would know. He covers that area inside out over there, so he definitely knows that area. But remember, I will not vote on steak versus tacos. E. Hall. So it's just like water or something like that. I can't even think of it now. But that being said, for from all of us at the Bryant Family Medicine All Sports Media, good night and God bless.